All right, Leo. I think some of you are waking up now and realizing that this is not who I am. This is not what I am meant to do anymore. So, from Lay Vampire, Nightmare, Psychic Protection Shield, and Bad Dreams, and then Facade from Chakra Wisdom. Nightmare is talking about coming out of a nightmare phase. That protection is now coming to you, where you're not having sleepless nights anymore, dealing with insomnia, dealing with nightmares or bad dreams. I see it as coming out of a nightmare phase in your life, but only when you realize that you are doing something for the benefit of somebody else who doesn't appreciate you. Because of Facade. Facade says, if you are unhappy in your relationships, you may be relating to others through a false sense of duty. Give up being something that you're not. It's about disassociating from yourself and needing to reclaim your life. It also talks about healing childhood pain, but I think it... All right, Leo. Here's your overall for the week. Ugh. The Four of Cups. Oh boy. You know, it seems like everybody's having a difficult week. The Four of Cups being your overall. We're talking about boredom, dissatisfaction, lack of interest. For some of you, it's not seeing what you're wanting. I don't so much feel like this is you turning down an offer. I think that you're already in a position where you have accepted some circumstances that are not making you happy. So now it's all about getting out of this emotional funk and getting out of this feeling of being lethargic to everything that's going on around you. In the past, the Eight of Swords, so feeling stuck. Who else had this? I think Gemini was dealing with the same thing. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a past coming through. You're talking about feeling stuck, being stuck with a situation, but this is you doing it to yourself, right? Being stuck with these emotions, not seeing a way out of this, being dissatisfied with, where you're at right now. But, I'm hoping that because the Eight of Swords is past coming through, that's just the circumstances of the situation. Are you taking a closer look at how you feel about this now? Or are you just losing interest completely in trying to move on or find a way through this or get out of a situation where you feel trapped? In the present, the Ace of Swords. And that's what I'm talking about. With the Ace of Swords, it could be that, you finally have that aha moment and that breakthrough that's going to help you get out of that emotional garbage. Now for some of you, it could be a truth that's coming out, or you needing to accept the truth of your situation. Not that you're stuck, but that you're doing this to yourself. Right? There's always a way out. There's always a way out. It's just sometimes our circumstances are so difficult that it's hard to see. But being in an emotional funk isn't going to help you though either. But we'll see here. Nice, very nice. All right. So, and it's just a matter of you getting up and taking the next steps to complete this out, right? Once that truth and that clarity hits you when you're looking at the world and future conditions, it is the successful completion. It is the end of this chapter where you're no longer stuck, you no longer feel trapped, but, being in an emotional funk right now is not going to help you. You may not be seeing that truth, that Ace of Cups, so to speak, that's right next to you, that's going to help you, get to the end of this phase. And it's like you're there. It's like right there. It's definitely a situation that just needs to be done with. It's not that things need to come full circle. I just think for you, it's, what? I'm okay. I'm good. This chapter in my life is now over with. And now I get to start over. Your best path to follow the Three of Wands. And I don't think that that's about waiting. I think that that's you needing to look a little bit further out on what you expect to see. Because one of the things that I talk about a lot with the Three of Wands is when you're looking out over this cliff, you should already know what's coming at you. Because this is what you have set into motion. Now, with this being your advice, I think for you, it's, like I said, needing to look beyond this and needing to start acting on, this truth, this clarity that's coming through here. It's needing to look out to the future and expect better things. and needing to act toward that though. I don't think that you need to wait to see how anything's going to develop, because if you do, you're just going to stay in that emotional garbage. I mean, with the Four of Cups being the overall blech, it's like looking at everything and just going, nah, I'm not interested. In your environment, the Knight of Pentacles, this is a long time coming, is what I feel like looking at this. When you're looking at the Knight of Pentacles, you're talking about slow and steady, right? But, you may be dragging ass here, especially with it being connected to the Eight of Swords coming down. And that's only because emotionally right now, you're just not responsive. But that Ace of Swords and that truth is there. If we're talking about a breakthrough with the Knight of Pentacles, it's just you need to push forward, right? No matter how long it takes. If you've had plans for the future, then there's no reason why you can't continue to work toward that, even though you may not be seeing, what you had expected. But for a lot of you, it's because you're already in a situation where you feel trapped, whether we're talking about work or a relationship here. But with the World being there, it's like, I feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a long process. If it's going to be a longer process for you to get to this place where this is finally over with and you get to start working toward the things that, you had envisioned before, then it's worth, taking those steps here to complete this out and to continue the progress. Don't give up on progress forward here, but needing to accept the truth of your current circumstances, that you're allowing yourself to be trapped in a situation that's just making you feel like garbage. Wow, Leo. Your hopes and your fears, the Page of Wands. What I want to tell you here is don't sit around and wait for good news to come through. If this is what you're hoping for with the Four of Cups, it's like, it might not show up. But if it does, you may not even see it or recognize it because of where you're at emotionally right now. I look at that and I think the hope would be that, you can start getting yourself up and having a little bit more excitement and enthusiasm and wanting to move forward on something new, despite not having any experience in where you're headed, right? Because that is the Page of Wands. But, let's get up now. Like, it's time to get up. This is a long time coming for a lot of you. But don't sit around and wait for, that good news. Just make it happen. Because accepting your circumstances the way they are, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to move forward. You're not going to see anything coming toward you. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Knight of Pentacles being there. It may be slow, but it's worth continuing. And then coming out the Star, fucking right. You deserve bigger and better. With the Star coming out, this is definitely the healing of those emotions, the healing of your situation here. Looking at, I deserve better. And needing to complete this garbage out and then moving forward, right? And washing yourself clean of all of those emotions. All right. When we're looking at the Nine of Pentacles, especially with the Star being there, I think that this is something that you've wanted to have in the first place. Being independent, having financial stability, no longer being dependent on others, especially, with facade being there and you doing things for the benefit of others and not being true to who you are. If you're wanting to have that independence, absolutely, it's there for you. It's just that you need to see it. You need to get out of this emotional funk here and start making that progress forward. With the Devil, though, and looking at the Ace of Swords, this is what I was talking about needing to accept the truth of the situation, that you're allowing yourself to be trapped with this. Now, a lot of times, if I could talk right, when the Devil shows up, it signals that, we're comfortable. We're comfortable with a situation that we know is oppressive and strips us of hope. Right? It's not a healthy situation here, and it may be blocking you from moving your ass here and picking up speed and getting things going, or at least continuing to put in the effort no matter how long it takes. Looking at the King of Swords coming out, this to me, I don't think that this is about, a person who's oppressing you here. I feel like, if anything, this is you coming to terms with the truth of the situation here, thinking logically, thinking clearly, using that own inner wisdom here that's telling you that things can be better, things can be healed for you. Because I'm looking at the Nine of Pentacles and thinking this is about independence to begin with, no matter who you're dealing with. Now, the progression to me does not say that, the devil is the King of Swords here who is oppressing you and keeping you down. I don't think that that's it, because of the star being there. If anything, it may be somebody coming through that's hitting you with some logic and some reason. Like, hey, dude, you're doing this to yourself. You don't need to do this anymore. If you want to become independent, then you need to get rid of the devil, whatever it is that's oppressing you, keeping you down, making you feel trapped, and stopping you. And it could be your own bad habits, right? Which is possible, that is making you procrastinate and wanting to give up and not do anything. But we're still looking at the world connected to the star. So eventually here, things come to a close in a good way for you, where you get to start working on these things again. Working on the things that you have a passion for, being true to who you are, and no longer doing things for other people. And that King of Swords, it could definitely be somebody coming through that's like showing you that star again. Like, hey, it's still there, But you've got to get out of the emotional funk that you're in right now before anything is going to move forward. And there it is, energy. Yep. So crown chakra, this is needing to be open to the source, needing to open up that crown chakra and letting, that information come through to you that's telling you that you have the strength here to create new energy in your life and stop procrastinating on things and get your ass moving, right? There is new energy around you. You have the strength to move forward, to get yourself out of bad situations or situations where you just feel stuck. But you have to be open. You have to be open to the source and that information that is coming through. It's perfect. All right, whispers of love. What is going on with Leo? Act as if your partner is here. And then I want that one. Like attracts like. So act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. That, for singles, is acting as if the right partner is there with you. Right? So that you can attract that, especially with like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. My God, if I could talk right. But I look at this and think, for those of you who are in a relationship, you need to act as if your partner is there with you, even if they are not with you for whatever reason, right? Because if you're acting like they are there with you, you will attract that into your life. But mainly for singles, this is acting like, that right person is there with you, and you will attract that. It's not bad. I just think that for a lot of you, it's things are going to hit you in a major way between the world and the star. But it may help you like break through and get out of that emotional funk and just feeling like garbage, but you need to be open. You need to be open to that mental breakthrough. You need to surround yourself with new energy here. And again, right, stop being something that you're not for somebody else.